Jurassic franchise and the fourth in the Jurassic World franchise. And not really a sequel either, more like a familiar reboot. Directed by Gareth Edwards and written by David Coep? Yeah. Jurassic World Rebirth stars Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, Rupert Friend, Manuel Garcia Rolfo, and Ed Skrein. Coep co-wrote the OG Jurassic Park movie and its sequel, The Lost World. And now he is coping hard with being brought back, and probably with how hard he lost sight of what made these movies watchable. But hey, at least it's better than giant grasshoppers, right? Right? Wrong. Jurassic World Rebirth takes place 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, and now the Earth's current environment and climate has become unlivable for the dinos. So much so that the surviving creatures can now only reside in remote, hot locations around the world. One of them being another forbidden island used to make them. This one has been where the company InGen had been conducting experiments on mutated dinosaurs that were too ugly and scary to put into the parks. Predominantly our boy, the Distortus, or D-Rex. More on him later. But that sounds like the perfect setup for a scary dinosaur movie, right? Wrong. Of course. Of course! There is another greedy, rich businessman looking to put together a team to go collect samples of some of these dinosaurs to cure diseases and then sell that cure for a fortune. So they go, and of course, most get eaten in brutal PG-13 ways. And of course, What? No. Oh well. Of course, they escape into the sunset. Of course! It's very predictable. I even called it out beat for beat and hand for disembodied hand the whole 2 hour and 13-minute runtime. The most new and even realistic thing in this story was that people are now spray paint tagging dinosaurs. Which, come on, would totally be a thing if they weren't extinct. But honestly, I was invested in the characters from the previous Jurassic World movies and wanted to see where their respective storylines would lead them. But there were no returning characters. The only thing that came back was the storyline of mutating, hybrid, scarier dinos. You know what's scarier than a T-Rex? An Indominus Rex. You know what's scarier than that? A D-Rex. Not really, no. It just looked like a beluga whale had arms and legs. It was saved for the beginning of the movie to have you think that this is what the movie would be about, and then just the end. Like a final boss battle or something. Which made it kind of a D-meh-ix. With monsters and villains, the writing works better if it's almost as if it's their movie as well. Like Thanos, for example. Or even the Indominus Rex from the first Jurassic World. I'll admit, I was intrigued by the D-Rex via the posters and the trailers. I expected to see it throughout the adventure. But no, it wasn't even built up. It was just saved for that final boss battle. I even forgot about it for most of the time and could really care less when it was on screen. The human leads had some comedic chemistry here and there, but other than that, they were reduced to forced cookie-cutter acting and one-take dialogue that was actually pretty laughable in what's supposed to be serious situations. Some characters were only there just to get eaten, and you can easily predict which ones they were. The movie went for tense, nail-biting moments in the water, on land, and in the sky, but only came off to the viewer, me, predicting which character was going to get eaten in that scene. Is it bad that I started rooting for the dinosaurs? They need to eat too, you know. There was a scene against the Mosasaurus in where the movie just took a noticeable dip in quality, and then it just nosedived from there. Like I said, it's very predictable. The worst movie in the entire franchise, and a 2 out of 10 diagnosis from me. Please, just let these movies go extinct already. But it's also just the beginning of Super Jurasstic Four month. So, like this video and hit the subscribe button for more reviews right here on the Dr. T Show.
Of course.